In this video, we will be discussing the 7 principles of user experience design. These principles can help you better understand how users interact with your designs, and can help you create a more intuitive and user-friendly experience for your users. By following these 7 principles, you will be able to create a more effective user interface that is easier to use, faster to learn, and easier to navigate. So if you're looking to improve the usability of your designs, then keep on watching. We have lots of tips and tricks for you. Easy to use. Every user should be able to find the functions they need quickly and easily. In order to make your design easy to use, you'll need to ensure that all of your buttons are visibly labeled and that key elements are placed where users will see them most often. Additionally, you need to make sure that the user should not experience too many clicks in the functionality. The designer should make sure the functionality should be easy to find. Easy to understand. Users should be able to understand your design without having to read through lengthy instructions or learn new terminology. To make your design easy to understand, you'll need to use clear and concise messaging, and designate key functions with iconography that users will easily recognize. The designer should keep in mind when they are designing that the user should not have to get help to do the tasks. Additionally, it's important to keep the layout simple so users can navigate the interface quickly. Visual focus. The design should be focused on the user and the task at hand. Users should not have to spend time looking for information or navigating through distractive elements. In order to keep your interface visually distraction-free, you'll need to use vertical rather than horizontal line spacing, make sure all buttons are facing the same direction, and use simple font types and colors that won't compete with the text on the screen. If users are having trouble finding what they're looking for due to clutter or confusing layout patterns, then it's likely that you need to focus more heavily on the visual organization in order for users. To make it simple, the design should create interest in the user's mind to focus only on the call to action button, none other than that. Clarity. Users should be able to understand the purpose of your design and know how to navigate it without having to refer back to documentation or ask questions. You'll need to use clear, concise language throughout the interface, and make sure all elements are labeled so users can understand what they're doing. Additionally, you'll want to avoid using too many images since they can become a distraction. Stick with simple graphical elements that will help convey your message without overwhelming users. Effective. The designer should focus mainly on how the user can perform their tasks. A designer should make sure that following the design, the user should be able to complete the task efficiently and correctly. When creating your interface, it is important to consider how users will interact with the design. Make sure all elements are within reach, and that buttons and other controls are placed in a logical location. Additionally, use typography that's easy to read at a distance. Works for the user. The final goal of any interface design is to make the user's experience as enjoyable as possible. You want to cater to their needs and preferences, while also providing a streamlined experience that makes it easy for them to accomplish their tasks. Keep in mind the ways that users might interact with your design, and make sure all elements are positioned correctly so they don't have to fumble around or search for something.